Hey guys, the Fantasy Football Counselor here, and I'm not holding back any more punches. I'm not pulling back. Listen, 16-round draft solution, lion mentality. Head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Scrap the draft kits, scrap the cheat sheets. Those are dead. They're just giving you ADP consensus rankings with a little twist on it. Listen, you don't need that BS anymore. Get the 16-round draft solution, the first ever and only video training to help you guys crush your leagues. They give you all the optimal players to draft in each round, sleepers, breakouts, and make sure you have that optimal roster to not only win your leagues, but just absolutely crush your leagues, guys. This is as close to as a bulletproof roster you're going to get to dominate your leagues. I've done the research, omitting all of the terrible players and giving you guys the good ones. Head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. If you're on YouTube, I've linked it below. Get 16 rounds today. I assure you guys you're going to have a major unfair and competitive advantage over the competition and the sheep. Lion mentality. I'll see you guys in this video, and let's get to this video and in the course of the 16 rounds. Get it today. Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Farmer, the Fantasy Football Counselor. Today we're talking about 5 quarterbacks you must own on your roster. Man, oh man, I'm excited to get into this, and we are so close to fantasy football season. If you're not following my antics, stop the video right now. Pause it. If you're in the car, pull over, stop, go to Instagram right now. Pull up Fantasy Football Counselor, click the follow button, shoot me a DM, and say, I'm following you. I'm here. I'm part of the fan base. I'm part of the line mentality. I'm part of Council Nation. Pull over, Instagram, follow me, DM, send me a DM. I'll try to get back to my DM's inundated, but listen, I'll try to get back to as many people as possible. Give you a thumbs up and say, welcome to the community. I appreciate you guys because I'm doing a lot of crazy stuff on IG. A lot of players are reacting to my videos. A lot of craziness, a lot of madness going on. Le'Veon Bell said he declined my boxing for charity match. You know, Austin Eckler's replied in there, James Conner. It's been crazy on my IG. Wait till you see. It's going to get crazier. Anyway, guys, make sure you're following on Instagram. Let's talk about 5 quarterbacks you must own, must draft, must have. Listen, a lot of people are going to be going Lamar Jackson round 2 and 3. Now, listen, I love Lamar Jackson, love Pat Mahomes, but I'll tell you something, man. I'm telling you, listen and listen good. There's a ton of depth at quarterback. I'm telling you, you can and will get a good quarterback, an ace quarterback in round 7. Listen, I talk about this in the 16-round draft solution. So if you haven't got 16 rounds, get it right now. I'm telling you. But I'm telling you this. You can get yourself a Ryan and Allen, a Russell Wilson, round 6 to 7. You still secured your robust RB strategy, and you get yourself a sleeper quarterback later, a guy like Drew Lock, and you're locked and loaded. I'm telling you, you do not need to invest a 2nd or 3rd round pick on a quarterback. And I'm telling you, I love Pat Mahomes this year. I love Lamar. Am I investing a 2nd round pick? No, I'm getting a running back. I'm going to secure the most scarce position. So I have to make that as a disclaimer before I get into this. But I'll give you guys 5 quarterbacks you must draft. First one here is Russell Wilson. Listen, finished 3rd last year, okay? Always doing well. 31 touchdowns in 2018, finished 9th. 2017, finished 1st. He's always in the top 10, always secure. He's got good wide receivers. He's got Metcalf. He's got Lockett. They were flirting with Antonio Brown on that team. He's got the weapons, guys. I'm telling you, Russell Wilson's always a secure guy that's going to put up secure fantasy points for you. You're locking yourself up with an ace quarterback. You're getting him for good value, round 6 to 7 in a 12-person league. And listen, you're still going to get a backup for him because I always talk about, you know, belt and suspenders backup, right? You're going to get a backup. And I tell you, all the sleepers, go back. I'm going to do a QB sleepers. Listen, you're going to get a backup. I'm just using Drew Lock as an example. Later, you get him, right? Teddy Bridgewater is a sleeper. He could be ultra efficient backup with some upside, and you still get an ace receiver. You don't have to invest a 2nd or 3rd round pick. I'm telling you, Russell Wilson, a guy you must draft. I mean, he's secure. He's solid. He's always in the top 10, barring any injury. The guy's a veteran, okay? He puts up some points on the ground with his feet, and he also throws the ball. Pretty accurate quarterback. Love him. Safe and secure. One of the best quarterbacks in the game, and you're getting him for value. Now, Dak Prescott, his ADP has gone up. He's not on my list here, but this was a guy who was getting in the 10th round as a backup. I'm not going to pay a 4th, 5th round pick for Dak when I get Russell Wilson a little bit later, okay? All right, another guy I must have, you must have, just draft him, is Matt Ryan. Now, if you are going at the end of the 7th round, he may not fall to you. I've done a ton of mock drafts. You got to get him early 7th round, okay? Now, you guys got to judge it based on where you're drafting into your rankings, okay? But listen, Matt Ryan's a guy you got to have. He came off one of the worst years in his career and still finished 11th amongst quarterbacks in rankings, okay? Bad year. They've added the addition of Gurley. They've got Hurst there. It's, you know, Pass protection is not going to be an issue there. I'm telling you guys, they are in it to win it this year. Julio's getting older. Ryan's getting older. They have to perform at peak levels. This is going to be a record year for Matt Ryan. 26 touchdowns last year. Unacceptable. 14 interceptions. That's the worst year of his pretty much entire career, and still managed to finish 11th. This is a guy I've owned for years. He's ultra consistent every week, right? He's going to give you the 20 points you need. This is a guy getting the 7th round. I'm telling you, anchor your team with him. You're going to be a very, very happy person. And I'm telling you, listen and listen good. You can get this guy in the 7th round. He's a guy you must draft. Always and always get yourself a backup to back up no matter what quarterback you get. You get Lamar Jackson in the 2nd round and feel really good about it, but he could break his leg in this week too, God forbid. Knock on wood, hopefully he does not. But I'm telling you, he runs a lot. So I'm telling you guys, listen good. Always get a backup quarterback no matter what. And I've told you guys this story many times. I was in a 2-quarterback league years ago, and I only had 2 quarterbacks, and some asshole in the league ended up getting 3 or 4 quarterbacks on his bench. So I went on my bye week, and I wanted to start a quarterback, and I only started 1 quarterback because there was no one on free agency. So people will hoard quarterbacks in 2-quarterback leagues or a super flex league where there's 2 quarterbacks starting. Always have 3 quarterbacks, okay? Very, very important. All right, the third guy, no particular order here, but going through it, is Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I love Aaron Rodgers this year. He is a guy you must draft, and he's immense value. People are sleeping on him. Listen, he still finished 9th last year amongst quarterbacks, 4,000 yards. Again, had one of the worst years of his career, not one of the best years. Part of that was predicated on the fact that they ran a lot, and Devontae Adams was hurt. A healthy Adams, and the fact that Love is behind him, breathing down his neck at quarterback. They did draft another quarterback, the Packers did. Aaron Rodgers has to make a case for himself to prove that he is still one of the top thoroughbreds, one of the top workhorses at the quarterback position. This is a must-win, must-do year for Aaron Rodgers to cement his legacy as one of the greats. He has been ridiculed. He has been knocked by the media saying, he's lost his edge. Is he still the real deal? There is the young blood coming in, the Pat Mahomes of the world, coming in, and being better quarterbacks than him and showing they are better quarterbacks. So Aaron Rodgers, I think it's a must prove, chip on the shoulder year for the guy. I love him. I think he bounces back. I think he has a great year, and he could be your starting quarterback with some massive upside. But again, get the backup, okay? The next guy here you must draft is Ryan Tannehill. Why do I love him so much? Listen, he played 12 games last year. This guy was averaging around 20 points per game as quarterback. He was a top quarterback near the stretch there at the end of the season. Again, I've talked about this if you listen to my stuff. He had 224 fantasy points at the end of the season. Again, minus those 6 games, averaging 20 points per game. Had he played those first 6 games, take 20 points, times them by 6. You add that on to the 224. You're looking at around 330, 340, 350 points finish for Ryan Tannehill. A guy that's amazing, immense value. Everyone's sleeping on this year. Why? Because he's pasted based on last year. A lot of people are ranking him. The Consheeps are ranking him last year based on only playing the 12 games, right? They're not projecting him had he played the full 16 games or whatever it is. Listen, they're going to rank him low because they're copying and pasting last year. That's no way to rank a quarterback. This guy is going to be a starter for you. You get him as your starter. You get him late. You get him 8th, 9th, 10th round. You get a backup. You're gold. I'm telling you. This is a guy you must draft, and you can get this guy if you go Matt Ryan. You get this guy as a backup. What an amazing backup. A guy's going to be a potential top 5, top 10 finisher quarterback, right? Love Matt Ryan. He's got a good O-line. A.J. Brown's going to take a step up this year. Jado Smith, he's got some weapons, man. Don't underestimate him. And remember, this guy made Landry a fantasy-relevant guy years ago. Secure Ryan Tannehill. I'm telling you guys, tons of upside. Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, the Ryans. Combo the Ryans will be a very happy person, okay? And finally here, Josh Allen. A lot of people thought I was crazy, put me in a straitjacket last year. Joe, you're nuts. How can you make Josh Allen, how could you put Josh Allen ahead of Baker Mayfield? Throw that man in a straitjacket. Listen, Josh Allen had a great year last year, finished 6th, but there could be a slight decline predicated on the touchdowns. 9 touchdowns did inflate his numbers. I expect that to stay the same or go down potentially because it was so high, but he will make it up in passing yards. Only just over 3,000 yards last year, 20 touchdowns. That's going to go up. He's got a real wide receiver 1 this year. They've improved that offense significantly, adding Moss there at running back. Zach Moss could be a factor. Hopefully his pass protection is better. And, Singletary is a little small there. I think that's why Moss is there to be that bigger body there to protect Josh Allen. Allen was 2nd in rushing attempts with 109. So he's going to get some work done on his feet. And again, that puts him at risk of injury, but he's a guy you can get in the 6th, 7th round as your QB1, and you get a backup solid, okay? So I like Josh Allen. I like the opportunity. I like the durability, knock on wood. I like that he's strong. I like that he runs the ball. I like that he's got Diggs there. There's a ton of pluses to this guy, and I'm telling you, you can wait on a quarterback, and this guy's going to give you top 10 value, and you don't have to invest a 2nd or 3rd round pick, and you get a backup, a guy, example, Drew Lock, right? There's a ton of other guys that I like as sleeper quarterbacks. I mean, Big Ben is going completely undrafted in a lot of leagues, which is crazy, right? Because again, copy and paste last year because he didn't finish on top. The Chiefs will say we're going to copy and paste him, maybe, slide him up a few spots from last year. It's BS, guys. You need to secure guys that are going to get a lot of volume, that are going to be on the field, that are proven. With quarterbacks, you can see consistent play. The trends are easier to spot statistically, so you can see the upside with these guys, okay? So I'm telling you guys, do not invest a 2nd or 3rd round pick, even though I think Pat Mahomes could have a record year and have a phenomenal year if healthy. I love the upside of some of these other quarterbacks. They could finish ahead of Lamar and Pat Mahomes, and you don't have to pay the 2nd or 3rd round draft capital. Now, I was doing auction drafts as well, and I'm seeing Pat Mahomes go for super expensive. I can't remember what he went for, but I think it was like over $40. I'm like, $40? I can get Ryan Tannehill for like $5. Are you kidding me? So I'm telling you, man, there's going to be a difference of points, but what is the difference of points? Is it going to be a 30-point at the end of the season difference between a guy you're drafting in the 2nd round compared to a guy you can get in the 7th, 8th round? Give me the guy in the 7th, 8th round because I can fill in a lot of workhorse running backs and get a lot of talent in between those rounds to compensate that 30-point differential that I'm going to lose between quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Lamar Jackson, right? Even Matt Ryan could actually finish ahead of Lamar Jackson, right? So again, value at quarterback, ton of depth at quarterback, but also make sure you get a backup for a backup, okay? You'll be very, very happy. Leave your fantasy questions below. Get the 16-round draft solution. Listen, I'm telling you, get it. TheFantasyFootballCouncil.com. Get it today and leave your fantasy questions below. Smash thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for being here. Lion Mentality. I am out.